Hello, hello, everybody. Come on in, grab yourself a blanket and a um, cup of tea or hot chocolate or something. That snow that you see there, we had that earlier today. My internet even went out for a while. I had gotten a text that had said it was going to be 3 o'clock at night before, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon before we got our internet back, but I got it back pretty quick. So that was a good thing. I don't know what to do without my internet. I don't watch TV, so I got on my phone. Hello, Brenda Joe. Good to see you. So tonight we're gonna hey Ginger Girl. Good to see you. Everybody else that's in the wings there. Um we are gonna continue on with the video we were watching yesterday. um, Websleuths and Chris, and I believe at some point Seth's going to pop in. I don't know if we'll finish it up tonight or not, but we'll see how far we get. Um, I wanted everybody to know, first off, that I know there was a lot of stuff that went down yesterday, last night, um, this morning, even. Um, so, if you've been here before, you know that I don't engage in um, gossip and the drama. Um, I don't I don't want to be a part of that. Um, I just don't, guys. But I did want to address some of the things that are out there in case you guys are wondering where my stand was on it. Um, so, and a lot of this is what went on yesterday, or had something to do with it, that kind of thing. But the first one was the existence of the 5 CPS reports. I know this has been out for a while. We can't see them legally, so we don't know that there are 5 out there. Seth does claim they exist. I believe Seth. Okay, so we'll leave that there. Now, the info in the CBS reports, that's a lot of what was coming out. We don't have any receipts for that. So I look at that as gossip because I can't verify any of it, right? I There's no verification, guys. And until or unless there is, we're not going to talk about it here. Abuse of Sebastian. Well, Chris admitted that he hit him with a belt. That's a fact. He admitted that. Any other abuse, there are no receipts. So I'm going to look at that as gossip right now. We don't know, right? Green hoodie handoff was to give Katie a fake ID and fake passport for Sebastian. We don't know that. There are no receipts for that. I'm going to look at that as gossip as well, guys. And so the reason for that is we talked about Green Hoodie, right? We talked about him. I said, he obviously exists, right? We know that him and Katie had some kind of conversation. I think at some point it got loud, whether it was laughing loud or whether it was arguing loud. It was loud enough to make people turn around and look their direction. Okay? We do not know why they looked over there. Maybe they were laughing. I don't know. We don't know. I could not see a handoff. Maybe others can see what I don't see. I don't know. I didn't see one. But my question about Green Hoodie is, if Green Hoodie has nothing to hide, why does he not come forward? It doesn't look good for him, right? That's my opinion. So, regarding all the stuff that went on last night, we're just not going to talk about it. Trishy, good to see you. Rosebud, it's good to see you. I know. um, Rosebud, they've gone silent pretty much. Um, their answer right now is court, right? The other thing I know is that, you know, creators are getting hit, and we just, I don't want to be a part of picking sides or anything like that. I try to be kind to everybody, and I pray that they'll be kind to me. That's the way I look at it. I know that we live in a world that isn't always like that. So Granny's seen enough of it. But I'm going to continue to be kind, right? I'm going to continue no matter what people think of me. I don't, you know, um, it doesn't matter because I'm going to treat people the way that I want to be treated. And if they don't, then that's on them. Robin, you didn't see anything. What do you mean? Anything that went down yesterday? Is that what you're talking about? Well, if you didn't, good for you. There was a lot that went on. I think I said yesterday that there's been a lot of stuff going on that maybe a lot of people don't know about, but um, I just I'm gonna try to. I think, and that's the safest course to take. You know, am I a coward? Maybe, maybe, but I like coming in here every night, chatting with you guys and laughing with you and having fun. Right? I really like that. So, having said that, I am starting to realize you saw the restaurant scene the way you saw it. They had a great time. Is that what you're saying? I didn't see a smile out of Sebastian at all in that restaurant scene, but um, you've not seen that video at all? Wow. I would say I'd pull it up, but I think it'd take me too long to figure it out. Um, I don't have it handy. I've got a lot of stuff on this computer, let me tell you what. Um, but yeah, so let's see here. All I saw was a strange meeting between cars. Yeah, to me, it was really hard to make out. I mean, I saw Katie's hand come down on her car, and I saw Green Hoodie's hand, but I didn't see a whole lot other than that. I mean, I couldn't tell if they were handing each other something or anything, but it's crazy. It's just crazy. So, yes, there's a lot going on. Um, and unfortunately, none of it helps us find Sebastian, right? Oh, you saw the pics, but you never saw the green hoodie. You didn't see him at all? Hmm. Um, Not even when he walked out from between the cars, Robin? Let me see if I can find it. Hi, K9. Good to see you. Major wrestling match. Okay. Um, I did find it. I'll share my screen. We'll quick look at it, okay? Okay. You guys see that all right? Let me start it over. Okay, there we go. If you can see, green hoodie is going to be in between these two cars up here, Robin. This is the guy in the yellow rain jacket they were talking about. Sebastian is coming out from behind that post, so that's Sebastian right there. He stops because he sees green hoodie. Then he comes out and around, but he keeps his eye on green hoodie. Watch. And then that's Katie right there. See, he won't take his eye off a green hoodie at all. I found that really strange. Oh, I think I pulled it up in the wrong one again. I think I was supposed to pull it up because it spins after a little bit. Now watch here, because these two turn around and they're looking over here at Katie and the guy in the green hoodie because they were evidently loud enough that it drew their attention over there. This is green hoodie now walking out. He waves at Sebastian right there. And then he goes in. But it starts spinning on this one. But that is the one. So now you've seen it, Robin. You saw it better with a creator who slowed it and zoomed it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Is the thumbnail a new pic of Sebastian? I don't think it is, no. Oh, it is. That just shared it. Okay. And K9 says Sebastian is very aware of the guy. I watched him close, but he never waved back. No, he never did. He never acknowledged him. He just stared at him from the time he saw him, even as he walked around the car to the door. It was weird. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we don't know, Robin. We don't. That's what I said. It could be a friend. It could be anything. We don't know. You know. My only question is if it's a friend, why haven't they come forward? That's my question. It's been out now. There's a lot of speculation. If somebody put my picture like that out, I'd be telling somebody, hey, that's me. I was just saying hello. Please leave me alone. That's what I'd be doing. And Rosebud, do you think that wave was like a no error, no foul kind of wave? Yeah, it could be. You know, there's a lot of, people see different things, and everyone has a right to their opinion, right? I mean, nobody is wrong here because we don't know what happened, right? We don't. We just don't. We can speculate, but in the end, scared, guilty, unaware, could be many things. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was an older gentleman, right? Um, and doesn't, maybe he's not on um, the internet, right? Well, I don't know if Ellie would even, you know, I mean, they've been known to lie about different things, right? So I'm not going to just take their word, honestly. That's interesting, Rosebud. Last night in live, one of the panel guests said that the FBI got involved because they cleared Seth, and that isn't misstatement. They're involved because of the complexity of the case. Hmm. I don't know. And that's the truth. Law enforcement does not have to tell us anything at all. I mean, they just don't, right? And they've been known to lie to kind of put people off on a different track or cover, you know, for other reasons. My opinion, no one's been cleared because no one's been marked a person of interest. It upsets me when people say things like that. It's not true. Well, yeah, that's exactly it. And law enforcement has said no one's been cleared. I do believe that, you know, because if they had cleared somebody, they'd just come out and tell you. Canine, it would tell us so much more if we saw all the videos. Rest assured, Nick and Dog have. KP seemed to be concerned about them, in my opinion. Yeah. I didn't hear that either. Hello, NH. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm happy Sumner County is talking to Seth too. And, I think that they probably felt forced to. you know, um, Nick and Dog came on the scene and, I mean, they made a big splash. And, so I think it forced law enforcement to step up to the plate and start doing what they were supposed to do all along, you know. And I think that's a good thing. So, yeah. Well, and I wonder if they felt as though um, maybe the case wasn't being handled right. I mean, guys, from everything that we heard about the first day, how they were letting people run all over the crime scene, I mean, all over the house. It's another John Benet Ramsey thing. It really is. That case was never solved because of that. Yeah. Did all of the families sit down for a meeting? I don't know. There could be more than one reason they don't clear Seth. Sure would shift the focus if they did, and they may want to avoid that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Kanan. That's a really, really good point. Because, I mean, look, you already got the focus pretty much shifted to one side, right? except for a few people. But you've got people side-eyeing the Proudfoots. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? And why is because Katie was the last one to see him, allegedly, right? So they're going to look there. Then you have Chris with his arrogant personality that is just making waves out there from the beginning, and he was his own worst enemy. And so, of course, they're not going to come in and say, you know, Seth, you're cleared. And then what is everybody going to do? You know, they're going to jump right over. I mean, big time, huge. It would be worse than it is now. Well, all I'm going to say about the reward number right now, which is $225,155, is do your own work. It means something, but yeah, check out the facts for yourself. You know, see what you can find. I'm not going to go there. I'm really not. I think that Nick and Dog put things out. They're not meant for us to figure out, although some of us can figure them out. Some of them anyway, some of their hints. Nick's emojis get me every time. I can't get them. They go right over my head. But, you know, everything else, that's not meant for us. That's meant for those who may be guilty. Yes, I've been watching Opinion of the Ramsey case. So many mistakes. Yes. So we're not going to put what we think it is in chat, okay? Okay, guys, please don't put anything in chat about what you think the reward means, all right? I appreciate it. There's a reason for that. And I know you don't mean anything bad by it, but we don't want to. Other creators have been burned for that very thing, and I don't want to be one of them. Okay, I appreciate it. I love you guys. Okay, so let's move on to our video that we're in the middle of. Okay. Share my screen.
And everything. You don't expect to get a call back from law enforcement, period. Don't. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sorry, but they don't have the time to stop and answer every single callback when they're looking for missing children. Not just ours, but there's so many children out there that are missing.
Right.
So I'm sorry that some of y'all feel that you deserve an answer, but it's not. And I'm sorry, it's just going to sound rude when I say this, but you don't deserve an answer. You'll get the answer when we get the answer. The family gets the answer on a missing boy, not strangers. They're not calling y'all to tell you.
Chris, this is what I have to tell when I talk to law enforcement, and it's difficult to accept, and I still have trouble with it too. This is the way it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But again, when you ask the public for help, people are going to start looking, and they look at the last place that Sebastian was known to be. And then it just goes from there. And I'm sorry, it shouldn't, but that's how it does. And we can clear a lot up tonight. And I'm
so let's do this.
Okay, BW says, Chris, are you frustrated with law enforcement, or do you feel like you're getting adequate information from them?
I'm not upset with law enforcement. I'm going to tell you right now, the agencies that are involved have thrown every asset that they have at this. What people don't understand, this has actually probably been one of the largest searches for a missing child in Sumner County history, period, and probably in the state with the number of assets. Do I think they're doing everything they can? You bet your sweet tail I am. You can bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, I mean, just short of making everybody in this United States go hand in hand, start on one side of the country and sweep through hand in hand, that's probably about, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I'm very happy with what they've done. I know there are some other folks that don't feel that way, and I'm sorry because they are not in the know.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to remember one thing. They're not going to expend every single asset, every single minute of the day on one child.
Of course.
You have to keep in mind how many children are missing, and it has to be equally dissolved among everybody. And I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt. It hurt the day that they came in on day 8 and told us that they have to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it ain't nothing. There was more of a gut punch to take than being told that. I mean, it
Okay, so I wanted to address a couple things. How many children are missing in Sumner County? I Googled that, and then all I got was there are 6 missing in Tennessee total. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be true. I think there's more than that. Yeah, I agree with you, Robin. There's a lot of people in this case, aren't there? I don't know. And when Chris said that they came to them and said they were pulling back on day 8, they just meant that they were not going to do ground searches. They were turning it into an investigative case, from what I remember. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. But from what I remember, that's what they said. That it was turning from a boots on the ground kind of case to an investigative case. And I feel that there was a reason for that. I really do. Yeah, Brenda Joe, there probably is a lot more. I can't believe that 6 total in Tennessee is correct. Because it seems like every time I turn around, I'm seeing some kind of news article about a child missing in Tennessee, right?
I can imagine. I mean, because you're not expecting them to say that. You're not expecting them to say, yeah, we're going to pull back and put less.
I do expect that, but here's the thing. I'm also a realistic person.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for them to expend every aspect and every asset and every single second of the day finding Sebastian. That's
Hello,
not realistic.
Poppy Love. It's good to see you.
It's not.
I want to read you a comment, and I like this comment from Brittany Cole. It says, sometimes you have to block out the noise, Chris. The public will do what they do, and that's the truth. A lot of us are just trying to offer help. It's the bad ones that you remember, and not all the much bigger crowd of good people who are not doing this.
And I mean, weeks ago, somebody asked me what I thought, and I had some information from court documents that could have been a lot of quote unquote tea for the internet to have. And I refused to release it because I
Court documents
referred
on. Let me ask you this: on who? Me, Seth, Katie.
Katie.
Okay.
I refused to release it because number one, I didn't think it would help find Sebastian. Number two, it was a deeply personal
Right.
thing. And also,
When she was young.
yes.
Okay, so let me.
Let me finish and I referred to the Michael Vaughn case where his parents got completely slaughtered.
Yes, they did.
By the public for a very long time. And they didn't do anything to that boy. I do not believe.
They didn't.
Now they have proof. But they just got slaughtered. And if people can say without a shadow of a doubt that they just know what somebody did and they don't. Well, if you know, take it to the police and let's solve this.
Yeah. Tell all the Sherlock Holmes
100%, Robin. 100%.
They have their PhDs in criminal justice and forensics and all this. Since they've got it, by all means, we welcome you to the case. We welcome you to come in here and show us and show these law enforcement officers that have so many years of experience that they don't know anything. We'd love for you to do it.
Chris, this isn't helping.
I know it's not helping, but this goes back to what's being asked.
Let's get people on your side, and then we can all work together. Because I know
that's just the thing. This isn't about sides. This is not about sides.
Exactly, and
this is not. That's what we're this is about Sebastian.
You know,
it is. But if we're not,
I'm Team Sebastian. Same. You know, I was brought in to do one thing.
Same.
Okay, guys. Let me just say, coming from the other side, you want the public's help. You need the public's help. Let's not insult the public. There are asses out there. And believe me, we fight against them all the time, don't we, Stacy? Constantly. These jerks out there that pull all this crap just to get clicks. You know, we don't have advertising on this channel. We don't ask for money. We do it because we want to help. But it doesn't help.
So can I ask you a question on your show?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you the same question I ask everybody else when we went on their shows. So I'm on your show and I'm sure it is blown up. So the more people that come on, the more money this show makes.
No, I make no money.
We don't make money. We're not monetized. Zero money.
It's not monetized.
And we
You're
don't
not a
take
monetary
donations.
show.
No, they don't monetize.
No.
We do not
Right,
monetize.
okay.
We do not monetize. It costs me money to do this.
Yeah, and
Websleuths
So
is
the reason why I asked
so I
that,
will go on.
it's completely free,
Well,
and the website is as well.
No
right,
advertising.
so the reason why I'm asking that question, okay?
So I know where he's going with this, and that irritates me so much. Okay. They want, Chris wants to make sure that nobody makes money off of speaking about Sebastian, right? Okay. What he does not realize is when he goes onto these platforms to get people to get Sebastian's name out there, it costs them money. It costs them money to put Sebastian's name out there. It costs them money to do their YouTube, to do their videos. Their money, their time. I agree, K9. I agree. You know, and it's no different than if you're looking at News Nation or, any of the other top news people, Vinnie Politan, anybody. They're getting paid. Why do YouTubers get called out for that? Right? That just irritates me. I don't know where that came from all of a sudden. People are now running with that. And it's like, really? And some people like Websleuths aren't making money off of it. And that's awesome. That is awesome if you're able to do that. Yeah, that just irritates me. Yeah, why should he care? Does he care? Does he really care? Did he care enough about Sebastian? I don't know. That just irritated me so much.
Is because if people are true to what they say in their heart,
Mhm.
especially those, and they know who I'm talking about, the clickers,
Yeah.
the shows that make this money.
Yeah.
I would love for you to make a public announcement for every dollar you've made. If you truly do this for the goodness of your heart, every dollar that you have made, you should donate it to the cause, not to your personal gain.
Right.
Well, yeah, we don't, like I
But-
said, we make
Yeah,
zero
we don't
money.
make
It costs
money.
us money to
And
do
I
it.
appreciate it and I respect
Yeah.
that. Thank y'all ladies for that. I will give you that.
So, but no, I understand what you're saying. But again, it's just like with, Nancy Grace or with news media, they report the news. Unfortunately, this is social media. And I agree, there's people out there, and I'm not going to even say their names, but they know who they are. They do this crap to get clickbait so they can make more money, and it's disgusting. Absolutely.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
And I want to add something to that. Like I told Chris earlier, everybody that's involved in this case is under a microscope. I've been ripped to shreds.
Isn't that the truth? Everybody's under a microscope. That is so true. Hello, Noni. So no problems. Happy to have you here. And Rosebud, you said, whoops, moved up just as I said that. Okay. They don't feel these channels are accredited like Court TV, but yet they're going to these channels, aren't they? They're going to these channels to get Sebastian's name out there. They're the ones going to them. Not everybody is a crane operator who makes big bucks. It just, and not only that, he does not know what these people do behind the scenes with their money. Aw. Thank you for hitting that like button, Noni. I appreciate it. I hope you're saying OMG about Chris, Robin. You heard it once and it blew your mind. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's like, really? You're going to pick on that now too, but it's just crazy. I heard him, I don't know if it was this one, but I heard him in another one or something saying that he will no longer talk to anyone unless, if they're monetized, that any money they make while he's on the show all goes toward Sebastian. So, and, in my heart, I would offer up that, right? But when you tell me I have to do that, no. No. You're not going to tell me what to do. Yeah. His narrative again, remember? We talked about his narrative yesterday, guys. His narrative. It's all a part of it. Kind of funny how the feet went to major hate crime channels that pull in more money than real true crime. Yeah. We won't go there though, because I don't want to talk about I'm gonna love everybody, Noni. Do they have a special account for Sebastian? No. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. Yeah. Only once on Nancy Grace. Exactly. So, yeah, they've never, done anything like that, And then they got mad at Seth for having where his sister set up the GoFundMe, which some people agree with that, some people don't. But he wasn't working. He was out there searching. He still had to pay his bills. Then he hired PIs, so there were expenses. That's all I'm going to say about that. But, it's always got to be, I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is it's always got to be Chris's narrative. And I'm the type of person, not that he'd come to me anyway, but I'm the type of person to go, no, you're not going to tell me what I'm doing. If you want to come on my channel, you're welcome to come on my channel, but you're not going to tell me how it's going to be. That's the way I am. I try to be kind. I try to be nice to everybody, and I would be, but I wouldn't allow him to give me that narrative. Exactly. The Petitos were all over national news. They were. That's who they went to, right? They didn't go onto YouTube channels. And that was smart on their part, right? That was smart. Yeah, Noni. He needed to eat, have a place to live, and to sleep. Yeah. He had, yeah, and any expenses for flyers, all that kind of stuff. His PIs that he had to hire because law enforcement wasn't talking to him. They went from April until now before they talked to him. That's ridiculous, guys. It's uncalled for, in my opinion. And remember, everything on this channel that's said is alleged. It's my opinion only. Go find your own facts and make your own decisions. And I got to say that, right? And Seth has done both to get the word out. He has. He's hit both. He has hit both. Right? And the bad thing is, and this is what worries me, guys, is that the minute that they came to the true crime community in YouTube, drama happened, right? And so, what does that do to the true crime community? First of all, it's split, right? We all know that without having to mention any names, which we're not going to. We're not going to throw shade at anybody. We're not doing that here, but it has split, right? And it probably split before this, but it's very pronounced in this case. Huge. It's huge. And what does it accomplish? What does it accomplish, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he wasn't even a planned guest. He just jumped on. I know. And then he thinks, did you hear what he said? Oh, now that I'm on here, your channel's blowing up. Oh my gosh. That's ego. That's ego.
They've been ripped to shreds. Seth has been ripped to shreds. I mean, the public gets a hold of somebody in the spotlight and they dig into them and they pull up anything that they can about them. And some of it's true and some of it's not. It doesn't help find Sebastian. And that's where we all need to get on the same page and regroup and just make the decision right here, right now, to ignore the rumors, to clear up misinformation, and just to get on track so that we can start trying to find Sebastian.
Now,
right. If we can keep.
Wow. Heather said that perfectly, didn't she, guys? None of this helps Sebastian. Exactly, Noni. One big ego. She said that perfectly, though. None of this helps my Sebastian. We've got to put away the gossip. What did I start with tonight? I swear, you guys, I promise you, I did not look at this since last night where we left off. I have not looked at this. Oh my goodness. I've unsubscribed from some of the maybes and what ifs. That's not true crime. It's speculation and draws in drama. Yeah, it does. It does. It's one thing if you're trying to figure things out and you're throwing thoughts out there to try and figure something out. But when you're throwing out speculation as if it's truth to get someone or a group of people to believe you, there's something wrong in that. Ego with the mullet. Do you guys remember my talk about no, I won't go there. About Chris saying that he was Seth's biggest cheerleader? I made a picture, but I'm not going to show it because I'm afraid to show it. I made it, and then I'm like, no, I better not do this. I don't want a lawsuit.
Parties involved in this investigation focused on that and staying off of YouTube and other aspects of social media and playing the game. Okay?
Yes.
I'm sure we would all benefit greatly, and this would completely change narratives and the direction, and it would straight focus completely on Sebastian.
Well, let's do this. This podcast or Websleuths podcast that we're on right now, we can make a pact right now. That's what we're doing right here, right?
But here's the other thing. I appreciate you willing to make that pact, but you know exactly who I'm referring to. That needs to be done publicly as well then.
Well, all we can do is what we can do here tonight. So, but Chris, there's a couple of questions, and then there is somebody. There is somebody that wants to come on the panel, and I don't know if you want them on here, but let me ask you these questions first, okay? Everybody wants to know, what do you think happened to Sebastian? What do you think happened?
I don't know. For the love of God, I wished I had an answer. I wished we had something to go off of, but we
Chris,
don't.
I asked Seth this a few weeks ago, and so just no thought.
I'm gonna hear you out.
In your gut, spit it out.
100%.
Doesn't matter if it sounds completely off the wall. What is your knee-jerk reaction to what happened?
Sebastian walked out of the house.
No, he didn't.
Stepped off the porch and has vanished into thin air.
No scent, Chris.
That's what I think, because that is what I know.
Oh, you know.
But what do you mean you know?
Oh, you know. You know. Did you catch that, guys? I don't know. Do I need to go backwards, Ginger? I didn't catch what he said there, but I caught that's what I know. How does he know? He wasn't in town. How did he know? How does he know? Did Sebastian? I know, right? Yeah. Right. No, he's a ninja, right? He's a ninja, or he's Batman. or Spider-Man. But if he was Spider-Man, he would have had to crawl. So there would have been DNA, a scent trail. He knows. Oh my goodness. I believe he does know, guys. With all my heart, I believe he does know.
I've been part of the investigation since day one.
Okay.
And if anybody else out there that's got some information in regards to where Sebastian has went, because last time I checked, there's not one shred of evidence.
You know he walked off the porch is what I'm asking.
I'm telling you, unless this kid is just in this thin air on my front porch, he sure had to go somewhere, so he had to walk off the front porch. Now, if you're trying to insinuate somebody was in my house or somebody's taking that child outside of my house, say
I'm not
that.
Insinuating anything. I'm asking, do you know that he walked out your front door? Do you know?
I agree,
That he went out
Robin.
the front door?
Or any door?
Is that what you're asking?
Do you know?
Yeah, that's what we're asking.
Okay, thank you. I just need a confirmation. I don't play games here. So, just to make this real crystal clear.
Oh, let's make it crystal clear.
Every door in the house, when Katie got up that morning, was locked.
Okay.
Since it's already out there, there's a key.
Every door was locked because Katie locked it behind her after the two of you did something to Sebastian and took him somewhere. That's why the doors were locked. And that's why there was no scent. Because somebody carried him out of the house. If he even got home that night. There's no proof of that, and later on another stream he admits if he walked out the ring cam across the street would have seen something. Exactly. And every time I hear crystal clear, I see Seth's side eye. I know. I would even like to know what Craddock thinks about CP's interviews. Really. I mean, he's his friend. What does he think about him? He's so protective over his house, isn't he? Oh, nobody better get near it, right? He's so protective. Yep, exactly, Noni. Carried out the back. That's what he wants us to believe. Absolutely. Can you guys imagine? You know how silent they've gone, right? I mean, other than taking people to court or whatever, but what are they feeling right now? A lot of stuff's coming out. And yes, maybe, a lot of it, like I said, could be gossip, speculation, whatever. But we don't know if that gossip may be true, right? We don't know. And if it is true, and then you've got Nick's, tips and tricks and all that coming out, what are they feeling right now? Makes me wonder. I know. I have thought about that too. And I was watching somebody, I don't remember who. I watch so much stuff throughout the day just to try to keep up with everything, guys, that I forget where I seen things. I'm getting old, I know. But yet Brenda Joe said tonight, how do you remember all these names of people? Selective memory, I guess. But anyway, getting back to what you said, Canine, typically homes that have crawl spaces have a way to enter the crawl space from inside the house. So say say they lived in Wisconsin. Okay. Snow builds up unless you keep that trap door clear and free of snow, but yet ice could, it could be a real problem. I'm just telling you, in Wisconsin, it could be a real problem. So you got something inside where you can get down to it. And that's typically like in a master bedroom closet or a bedroom closet somewhere in the floor. Okay. So that's a possibility. If something happened to Sebastian and they want to hide him until the morning or hide him till whenever, they could put him down into that crawl space. And then, especially if they didn't want him to go out the front door and they said their back door was blocked or something, I don't know, then you could pull him out from the outside. Just a thought. Don't know if that's a possibility. I mean, I don't know, but it's a thought of how he could have been taken out. Yes. I did hear that both Chris and Katie are not living in the home. They've been renting it out. I don't know if we know that for sure, though. Yes, I guess a neighbor talked to the people that were living there during the summer that had 2 kids or something. So, yeah, which I'm really surprised Chris is so protective over his home. But why doesn't Katie want to live in that house, guys? Do you ever think of that? Why doesn't Katie want to live in that house? She didn't even want to stay there, remember? She went in the RV. Why doesn't Katie want to live in that house? I don't know about up north. I'm in Georgia, and I can tell you that most homes here only have one way out and in from the crawl space. Gotcha. Okay. Well, so only from the outside? You don't have one like a bedroom access from inside? Yeah, that's my opinion too, Rosebud. I guess I believed that for a long time. And the reason that I have is because when Katie first started doing interviews, she never mentioned the thud. And then all of a sudden, the thud came into play. It's like, where did that come from? And we know that Sebastian had that on his head, where if he hit his head, I mean, he could literally die, right? And so, I wonder, did that happen, right? She panicked, and maybe because of the 5 CPS reports, they were scared that they'd get in trouble. I mean, that's a very real possibility, guys. It could have been an accident, right? And yeah, I mean, it could have. And then, but if you've got CPS banging at your door constantly, that could make you scared enough to not want to tell the truth, right? I don't know. In my opinion, all alleged, we don't know, right? We don't know.
Pad on the front door. You don't need a key to unlock and lock my front door.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a key to lock every other door. And every other door was locked, folks.
So
Did Katie do that?
Do
Can
what?
he walk out? Did Katie make sure all the other doors were locked? And could have Sebastian just walked out? Could he have walked out the front door?
Every door was locked.
So what you're saying is that the only possibility is the front door. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying the most conceivable way possible that this makes sense is that he walked out the front door.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Did he walk out without his shoes on? Is that what you believe?
Just impossible for him to be
My
nice.
statement earlier is real simple. Sebastian walked out of the house not wearing any shoes.
Could he have been running and scared of something?
Don't know. He could. It's a young boy. It's dark outside. God only knows.
Okay. Now,
Gotcha.
there is somebody that has been asking to come on, and Gray Hughes, he would like to talk to you. Would you like
You can
him?
bring that man on board because I've talked to him. I respect him, and I will talk to him.
Gray,
Well, I want to listen to what Gray has to say, but you know what? I just got to thinking, Noni. I lived in Portland, Tennessee, which is like only 20 miles from Hendersonville a while back. And you're right. I mean, we had a door on the outside of our house in Tennessee for the crawl space. And no, there was not a door inside to get down into that crawl space. You're absolutely right. There wasn't. He is so rude. I know. He's condescending and just mean. Gray, I know. Well, he respects him, right? I thought I watched this. I could have sworn I watched it. I don't remember Gray being on there. Gotcha. Well, I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I mean, I know that there was a rumor going around that the house had sold. But I don't know. That would private sale could possibly be. I'm curious, guys. Would you buy that house? I mean, there's a possibility that something bad happened there. Possibility, alleged. I don't know that I would buy it. It's a beautiful home, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if I would buy it. Yeah.
I just sent you the Facebook link, so jump on up. Okay, Gray? I just sent it to your Facebook. So he'll be jumping on here shortly. Stacy, can you keep an eye out because I can't see because of my stupid computer.
Hey,
Okay.
in the meantime, I would like to, since Chris is here and this has become very public, I would like to mention something that we spoke about earlier. Chris and Katie did actually confirm that the clothes that he was wearing at Texas Roadhouse that night were accounted for. And I believe they were the articles of clothing that were used for the scent dog. Am I correct when I say that, Chris?
Yes, those clothes are in the possession of law enforcement.
Great. And so do we know what Sebastian was wearing when he left?
From the house that night?
Yes.
The description is still the same. It hasn't changed from 60 days ago. However, I will say this much. Some of the information that's out on some of these posters and flyers, we have actually requested to have some of that changed, but it hasn't happened. So I'll walk you through what the description actually should be. Sebastian was wearing long black pants. Think of the 1970 style Adidas style pants. You know, had the white stripes down the side. That style of pants on. He had a long sleeve shirt, not a sweatshirt, not a hoodie, a long sleeve shirt. On the front of that shirt is probably one of three depictions: Halloween, Star Wars, or Minecraft.
Okay.
So, Chris, I know that Sebastian.
Okay. So here is my question. I've always wondered about this. Okay. Why would you not know which shirt, what was on it? Okay, so if it was one of three, are the other two in the drawer? Moms, help me out. Everyone who's been a mom. If you know your son had 3 long sleeve shirts and they had graphics on them, and you knew the 3 graphics, but you couldn't remember, I'll give him that, you couldn't remember which shirt he had on when he went to bed, well, would you not go look for the other 2? Oh, this one's here and this one's here. Oh, he must have had on that one. You know, that blows my mind. I've never understood that. You know, why she didn't know which one it was. Yeah. Exactly. You always know. I always knew what clothes my kids had because I did their laundry. I knew what they had. You know, I mean, I could tell you. Even if I didn't remember what they wore to bed, I think I always knew what they did. But even if I didn't, I could go look in their drawers and in the laundry and say, this is what they had on. There are so many strange things in this case. It's crazy. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And then they wonder why people question them. Well, we have said it looks planned, right? We have said that. Well, you didn't plan too well then. You forgot a few things. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't.
Didn't have very many pairs of shoes because his feet were growing, and Katie would toss them out pretty quickly after he grew out of them. But is there a reason we can't confirm which shirt if it's just one of 3?
Oh,
I didn't say one of 3. I said one of 3 depictions on a shirt.
Okay, so that's 3 different shirts, right?
Say again, I'm sorry.
So I don't know if we're saying the same thing or something different, but are you saying there's 3 different possible shirts he was wearing? Like he had 3 different black long sleeve shirts. One had Halloween on it. One had Minecraft
what I'm
on
telling
it.
you, no, it's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said he had a long sleeve black shirt on, and on that shirt had one of 3 depictions. I didn't say he had 3. I didn't say anything. I just said one.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
just confused by how have you not been able to identify which of those 3 depictions is missing?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Can you tell me every single shirt in your closet right now and everything that's on your shirt?
But if I had to choose between
right, but wait a minute,
if I
hold on a minute.
Between 3 of them, I could.
You're saying 3 of them, but I'm telling you.
Well, you listed 3 things. I'm just confused.
I listed what could possibly be on the shirt.
Okay, can I jump in and try to interpret a little bit here? Okay, so are you saying that all three of those shirts are not accounted for, or are you saying you don't remember which depiction it was that was on that shirt? Does that make sense? Is that a little bit clearer?
Say it one more time. You broke up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so are you saying that you don't remember what the depiction was? It was one of those three things, or are you saying there are three different shirts with those depictions and all three of those shirts are unaccounted for?
I'm not saying he had 3 shirts with 3 different depictions on them. That's not what I said. I'm telling you, I don't know what exactly was on the front of the shirt. Is what I'm telling you.
Okay, so
Sebastian's clothes mostly consist of, if it has a picture on it, one of the 3 things. Those are his 3 favorite things.
Clear as mud. He doesn't want anyone to know what was on there. He was not going to get specific. In my opinion, he was just deflecting. I know, right, Noni? He mad. Yes. I agree. I'd get ticked off. Because he makes me mad. I would get I would get ticked off. This old granny would not. He is mean. Hi, Juicy Jules. Good to see you. He is mean. He really is. Here's Chris. Yeah. Maybe she should have said to him, Chris, make this crystal clear for me. Right? Let's be crystal clear. What are you saying here? Don't deflect. Yeah. Poor Gray isn't even getting a chance to say anything.
Okay, so what you're saying is
Minecraft.
Multiple Minecraft shirts, multiple Star Wars shirts, multiple Halloween shirts. So it's likely he had a shirt that had one of those things on, but there's not just 3 of those shirts.
I'm telling you that he had a long sleeve shirt on with one of the 3 depictions on it. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not telling you any more shirts. I'm not telling. So I know what you're asking.
I'm just trying to understand.
I understand that, but you're asking me if he had 3 different long sleeve shirts with 3 different depictions on it. And
no, I
I'm
think I
telling
understand
you
what you're explaining. Like, so Sebastian had multiple shirts
Let
that
it
had
go,
a Minecraft
Chloe.
graphic on it. Sebastian had multiple shirts that had Halloween. Sebastian had multiple shirts that had Star Wars. I guess maybe several of them were long sleeve and black. So you can't identify.
You know what I would have said to him? Chloe just keeps going and going. I would have said, okay, we're just going to stop here because you're not answering the question and you're just deflecting. So we're done with the subject. Let's move on to the next one. He does. But see, he doesn't want anybody to know what Sebastian was wearing. He doesn't. Can't make sense of the senseless. Exactly. Yep. Oh, guys. And that comment, what was it? It's like talking to Daryl Brooks. Oh my God, that trial was nuts. Oh, that poor judge. She didn't have a choice, did she? That was horrible.
let's just make this very simple.
Okay.
He had a long sleeve black shirt on with a picture on the front of it. There you go.
And that obviously is what you got from Katie, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, Gray Hughes is here, and people are saying, why is Gray here? I will tell you, Gray, I consider Gray someone that I like. Gray helped me in the beginning when I started this. He was very kind to me. I know it's a shock, but he was very sweet.
Shock.
I asked, he knows I'm kidding him. And
Right.
I asked Chris, is it okay if Gray Hughes comes up? And Chris said yes. So Gray, I'm going to turn it over to you now, please, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say I've talked to Chris, and the way he's sounding right now is exactly how I think I would sound, or anybody else would sound, given the attacks being leveled. When I talked to him on the phone, we talked on the phone. We've messaged back and forth, but we talked for like an hour one time, and literally went over detail by detail on where the light video was taken. The flashlights.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly where that was filmed. We went over where the dog scented and I kept sending him the map, and he would show me the route and everything. And it was like, to me, he seems like somebody who's literally out there trying to figure something out. I know my opinion isn't like all the rest of the people out there. I've never seen anything like this. It kind of reminds me of like remember the Chloe, was it Chloe? Yeah, Chloe Smith in Australia. The two parents that were sitting there, and they just didn't look quite right, and everybody blamed them for the abduction out of a tent. And it turns out it was literally somebody abducted the child out of the tent.
Right.
There's just so many cases like this, and all I'm saying is, when I've talked to Chris Proudfoot, I have never seen anything
Did you guys
he said
see that?
in any of the interviews where I went, wow, this guy, wow, he must have something to do with it. I actually look at him and think, man, I would feel the same way if from day one the entire community hated me and I never got the same love that Seth got. Seth was absolutely admired by everybody like he was God or something.
Let me explain why. And I agree. I think that's exactly how you would sound, Gray. There's no question. But let me explain why, okay? Again, social media is here to stay. We need to learn this. When anybody comes on and they are aggressive and insulting, it blows up like wildfire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking public for help, but you are condemning the public because of a handful of jerks, and that causes problems. I haven't heard.
For the record, ma'am, I have not in the past gone onto a show and been a jerk and ridiculed the public and said a bunch of hateful things and inappropriate things. I have not done that.
Oh.
So I'm sorry that folks are upset that day one, Katie and I were not on TV or on YouTube expressing everything. Well, you say that, but as you said, social media is here to stay.
Absolutely.
So with that being in mind, you're one, and there are millions out there that think otherwise.
I would never expect you to come on.
But I think the way he was just talking a minute ago, to me, it sounded normal, given the fact that the 90% of the chat is just trashing him.
No, that's not true. That is not true. We are kicking people out.
I can see it right now. No, I know you're kicking him out, but I keep seeing comment after comment after comment after comment that are really suspicious and like,
Gray, just close the chat. I'm not even.
Yeah, like you had somebody in the chat.
Okay, I do remember seeing this now. What the heck? Did Gray Hughes drink the Kool-Aid? Oh my gosh. And then when he said, I haven't been. Oh, you need to listen to yourself, buddy. Look in the mirror. Oh my goodness. And I love her. What is her name? Do you guys know? The lady with the blonde hair talking for Websleuths. The guy on the lower left is Gray Hughes. I know he did derail the whole stream. Who was it that said they didn't know Chloe or Heather? Chloe and Heather were Seth's private eyes at one time. He ended up firing both of them. I don't know why. That's gossip, and I'm not going to go there. I think her name is Trisha. Okay. Well, I like her. She's bold, but she's kind. You know, she's just awesome. Right? I mean, but yeah, now I remember Gray Hughes being on here. And does he still have the same opinion, guys? Do you know? Has he talked about this case anymore? I know that he's a creator, so. I know. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion, of course, right? We're not going to bash anybody, but I guess all I can say is he drank the Kool-Aid. You know, he drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah. I mean, how can you not look at this? I understand people are probably bad in chat. We're not seeing that, right? I understand that. I get that. Oh, man. He was on TV talking about the trash truck again. There's no trash truck. They don't go through yards. I should say there wasn't, not that there wasn't a trash truck. There was a trash truck a couple of hours after the flashlight video. Trish from Utah, she met I don't get what you're saying. Gulp, gulp. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I seriously like her though. You know, she's good. I need to go on and listen to her more, I guess. Because she is really good. She just said it right straight out. And yes, chat was probably going off. But you know what? He was being rude. That gets to everybody, guys. On some level, it gets to everybody. How can Gray Hughes not see that? Is my question. How can he not see that? Oh, I see. Ted. Gotcha. Right. You know, I haven't watched much of him, to be honest, but I do remember seeing this now that I was thinking he was different. Yeah. Oh, he's ex-law enforcement. Okay, that explains, because there's another channel that I used to really like to watch, and they're ex-law enforcement, and I don't know, he came out with something, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I unsubscribed from him. Her cat, yeah. Yeah, she must have put her cat out or something for tonight. Yeah, it was crazy. Well, I think we're going to stop it there for tonight, guys. I'm telling you. So we know that be sure to be back tomorrow night. I did have a question for you guys. Okay. So I know that there are a couple of other creators that both kind of are running into our streams. And I don't want to compete with anyone, right? But I know it is kind of affecting our numbers. So I'm curious, to you guys. What do you think? Do you want me to keep it at 6 o'clock Central the way I've been doing, or 4 o'clock Central, or 9 o'clock Central? What, put it in chat, 4, 6, or 9, what you would like to see. Maybe I'll just do a poll. Would that be easier? Let me just do a poll. Might be the best thing. All right. Okay. So there, I got the poll up. If everyone will please, even those lurking, if everyone would please put in your favorite time, right? And let me know what you think is the best time. We'll chat a little bit more here. I still gotta show you. You're not gonna believe it, and I swear, you guys, upon my life, I did not watch this video since where we stopped off last night. So my grannyism is weird. I mean, it just fits. I'll just show it to you. Gossip dies when it hits a wise person's ears. And that's truth. Wise person will not spread gossip. Oh, so yeah. Go on and vote. Let me know what you're thinking. Everybody looks like wants me to keep this time. Okay. 80%. Oh, 67%. Keep voting, guys. It's still more for 6 o'clock, but yeah. I'm just curious because I don't want to compete with anybody. But it's up to you guys. I'll do whatever you guys think is best. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. And it fits. It really fits. With everything that we've been talking about tonight, because there's just so much out there, guys. And, and I really feel like when gossip goes awry and people start speaking it as though it's truth, that's when division begins, right? But so 62% of you are saying to keep it at 6 o'clock. There's 8 votes. Anybody else going to vote at all? I know we have 21 people in here. Those of you in the bushes have any preference? I know you're out there. You can show yourself. I'm a good person. I like to love everybody, so. Craddock spoke, but really didn't say anything at all. He spoke again tonight, Ginger. He never does say much. Honestly, he really doesn't. Still 8 votes. Anybody else going to vote out there? K9, you're open for any time. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. So 62% of you said 6 o'clock, 37% said 4, and none said 9 o'clock. I'm glad you didn't say 9 o'clock. I start getting tired around then. And so, yeah, I'm glad you didn't say 9 o'clock. Your own beliefs and integrity should be the base of how you listen and believe. Yes, always. And how you act as well, right? No, when did he speak? Well, you said he spoke. Right here. You're confusing me, Ginger. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a night for tonight, guys. I hope you have an awesome, awesome evening. And we will see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central. Okay, guys? Thanks. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.